Yo guys, what's going on? Look, new video. Now, in this video today, I'm going to be talking about the first time I stole something. That's right, I'm a bad boy. You heard it here first. I should be in jail right now. I pretty much should be locked up with the criminals, the felons, all that. I should be eating ramen with a certain group which I pick out. You know how in prison they go out and you got to pick a certain group to make sure you don't get picked on or hustled or that kind of thing. I think I'd be the king leader in there because what I stole was very just... It's out of this. You guys, you're going to love this story. Just believe me. But first, the intro. So, guys, I want to ask you... Now, all right, guys, now I know this is a little weird, but I need you to think about this, right? When you go into your bathroom, all you need is a toilet paper, that is crucial, and maybe some lavender air spray. You only need the three essential things. I'm going to show you guys what I have in my bathroom, right? I didn't buy these, by the way. No sane person would. I've got this. Look at that bad boy right there. That's... that faces me every time I walk into the bathroom. And then, as all bathrooms do, a fucking, spiritual, emotional quote. What counts most in life is what we do for others. I'm not thinking about that when I'm on the can. I need to start going into my dad's bank account and making sure I can take on what he spends and what he doesn't spend, because that could be more important things. Right now, do you know what I have in my fridge? Water and off milk. He could have bought milk with that money. That's milk money. Alright guys, now new video. In this video we are talking about stealing, but as I do in every video, I'm going to give you guys a true and false fact. And if you say that in the video, you'll find out which fact is true and which fact is false. So, fact number 1, the average person walks the equivalent of 7 laps around the world during their lifetime. Alright? Fact number 2, the chills you get when listening to music is caused by your brain releasing dopamine, a neurotransmitter that causes pleasure. Now, if you say that in the video, you will find out which fact is true and which fact is false. So, let's get into theft, stealing. Alright guys, now in high school or primary school, did you guys have certain trends that only lasted a month? So I'm talking about things that weren't popular for ages. So I'll give you a good example, right? So Fortnite is something that has been popular for a long time. It has been going on and it hasn't stopped. So that's not just a 1 month trend. But in primary school for me, yo-yos were a trend, right? We'd actually have this guy come into the school and he would dangle yo-yos and do all these tricks and it looked sick, and they would sell yo-yos. And the school was infested with yo-yos and people being on the netball court trying to do tricks and everything with netballs. That only lasted 2 to 3 weeks though. A month at max. So it was a very short trend, because after a while of doing the yo-yo, you realize that there's much better things to do. Like once you do a few tricks, you're kind of done with it. There is not a mainstream audience for yo-yoing. I mean, sure, it's fun, but you can only walk the dog so much until you realize you need to actually physically walk your dog because you've neglected it so much. So there was heaps of certain trends, but there was one at my high school that there was actually 2 that popped up in a certain month that were very popular. So there was this one that was actually called We Corky People. So for some reason, this was extremely popular. It was when you would run behind someone and knee them in the back of their thigh, and when you do that, it kills. It is the most painful thing. I'll give you a perfect example. So that's what we would do to each other, right? We would sprint up behind each other, and if you could get the perfect timing, you would run, and then you would corky them, but you can keep running because your knee perfectly connects, and then you keep on running. And it fucking hurt. It hurt badly. I remember there was one time I did it to this one kid, and he was on the ground for a long time. You know that certain amount of time where you go, hey, don't tell. We're just playing around. Don't tell. Hey, don't tell. No, we're all good. It was one of those moments where you're kind of freaking out and going, oh, I could be in a bit of trouble here. But that was one. And the other popular trend that was happening, and it was a very short one, right, was stealing the hubcaps off cars. No, hold on. Wasn't hubcaps. I'm getting confused. Wait, the little caps off... I'm going to have to fucking Google this now. Hold on. Give me 2 secs. Okay, so it wasn't the full hubcap. Do not... Like, that's not what I meant. Sorry. Okay, it was the car tire valve cap. You know when you take it off so you can actually put air in your tires? It was those. You can actually get certain colored ones. And it was them. Some people would have, like, different colors, like fluoro colors, and you could get different designs to have these valve caps on your tires. And for some reason, it got very popular to steal those and collect those. I don't know why. I don't know who came up with this. I think maybe one cool kid had a little stealing addiction to do with cars, and then it kind of followed on from that. Because, it's not like some unpopular kid who doesn't do much would steal something and then everyone would go, Hey, John. John just stole the wheels off his neighbour's lawnmower. How crazy is John? Hey, everyone, let's be like John. When you get home, everyone steal their neighbour's lawnmower's wheels and we'll all bring them to school and put them in a pile and all laugh and giggle and just have a great time. John, you're the best. No, that doesn't happen. John is a weirdo. John steals people's lawnmower's wheels and then collects them and puts them under his house. That's not cool. But say you've got Zeke. That's right. Cool name back then. And he's like, yo, those little valve caps on the tires of the car, they are actually pretty cool. You know, colourful. Why not? You know, I had sex last week. Didn't, but okay. That's cool, Zeke. Zeke's doing cool things. Everyone wants to be like Zeke. So maybe that's what happened. A cool kid stole them, and then everyone was in the mood to steal those valve caps. Now, a couple of my friends actually had a fair few. They had a lot, but I was a novice. I had not done anything, and that actually reminds me. My brother's a little snitch, and snitches get stitches because I just remembered the first time I did actually steal was a mandarin because I put it in my pocket by accident when I was in Safeway, and when I put it in my pocket and completely forgot to pay for it, and I was paying for other things, he went and told my mum. Now, my mum didn't take it too seriously because she knew that I wasn't a petty thief that wanted mandarins. Like, I'm not some weird mandarin thief. No, that wasn't the case. I just accidentally put it in my pocket and completely forgot to pay the 15 cents. So, you know, that was the first time I stole something by accident and still got dobbed in. So, you know, fucking snitches get stitches. That's for sure. But, no, I was a very petty thief. And it was time for my first time stealing. So I was kind of like, all right, how am I going to do this? And I was at lunch and I could see across the oval at the teacher's car park that one teacher had amazing blue. They were like the caps. They were cool. They were shiny fluoro blue. So I sprinted. I just went in a full pelt sprint. And I sprinted over, untwisted them, sweating as I'm doing it, take them off. And then I sprint back to my friend group. And I'm like, look what I got. And I'm showing them. And they're like, oh, that's actually pretty. Those are good ones. Those are really your first time doing it. Well done. I was like, no, well, my first time's a mandarin. But, you know, can't all pick and choose our first times. And then a teacher started walking directly at us. And this was the time where I'm thinking, okay, Luke, hold back the crying. Because at that young age, when you're in like real young year 7 and like your first time to get proper trouble, you actually like freak out a bit. I remember there was a kid that he had his phone in class, and what was the point of having your phone in class back then? No one ever texted each other. So and there was no games or anything like there is now. So this kid had his phone and got caught because it rang, like maybe his alarm was left on or something. And he come back out of the class all cool like this, right? And he's just, we're like, hey man, what happened here, right? He's like, no, it's all cool. She just called my phone. And we're looking at him like, why are you crying? And he's like, don't tell my mum. And I was like, mate, I don't even know your mum. Like, what is happening? And I was actually starting to get like, I understood where he was coming from because I was looking at this like, oh my God, I've stolen from a teacher. And now another teacher's going to tell me and my parents are going to find out and this isn't going to be good. She was beelining straight for us. And then she walked straight past us very close. So I don't know if she had suspicions. She probably did have suspicions. Or she knew, but maybe she didn't like that teacher's car. And she's like, fuck it, Mr. Peterson, I don't like him. You know, he's a weirdo. I don't like the way he shaves his head. You know what? You can take his caps. I don't care at all. So that was my first time stealing. That was it was actually a bit of a rush. And that was the last time I ever stole anything. Not really. I have stolen a cat. That's not funny. I haven't stolen a cat. Don't take that seriously. I've never stolen anything that's breathing. I swear. I promise. Anyway, guys, hope you have an awesome day. But the true and false fact is, you can't actually, like the average human, it doesn't take them in their lifetime 7 times to walk around the earth. Like for the amount that they walk, it doesn't take 7, it takes 5. So the amount of times, like the amount of length you walk in your lifetime is about the same as walking 5 times around the earth, which is pretty crazy. So it's not 7, it's 5. So that fact is false. But the true fact is that it is true that the when you listen to music, right, the chills when you get to listen to music are actually caused by your brain releasing dopamine and neurotransmitter that causes pleasure. I completely botched that word, but it doesn't matter. We're near the end of the video, and if you stayed this long, awesome, you legend, but don't judge me. Have an awesome video, guys. Have an awesome video. You know what? I'm ending it there. Cutting it. Done. Have an awesome day, guys. See you later.